bootstrap in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. This a give to Mack running to the right. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 10-2 start. Ready?
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go out.
Check four.
Go.
Check it back.
Big Griffin.
Now Leonard Fournette. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Samuel. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Operating from the gun, Samuel. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Mark check 33. 33. Hey, pick it up. Hey, Charlie. Hey, check my shot. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Samuel. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
From the gun on 3rd down, Samuel. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Come on. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Fournette, a first down carry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Off the play fake. Samuel. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 60 on. Hey, Sam on. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. He's coming. Double step.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Set, 180. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna watch out.
Mayfield looks to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Come on.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
Guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 31, check 31.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
From the gun, Samuel. That's caught by Howard. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. It's complete. Stills. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. This is Fournette. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We'll remind you that coming Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Ready. 10 logo. Christian Travis.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a first down following a gain of 3. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, check my 33. Check.
Operating from the gun. Samuel. And Stills bringing it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Fournette running out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
6-6. Pull it high.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They come up in an offset eye. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Hey, Delta. I'm going to come back to you. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Watch the run. Hurry. Deep grip.
Looking to throw. Samuel. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
They go play action. Mayfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Kill. Recon, 132 fighter. Get.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Protein spill.
Off play action. Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Check three.
Fournette on the counter. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Check 64. Shoot.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Off the play fake. Samuel, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 30-yard line.
Set. 180.
On second and 9, Mayfield looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big third down play there for the Jags. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Samuel, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Let's go. 94. Check. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
That's here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
2 sacks back around the 18-yard line.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all
A disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2nd and long. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mack. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch the shit. Pistol.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you get your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Leo.
Looking to throw. Samuel. And he finds Stills, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Throwing on first down. Samuel, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be... Real. Check. Check.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Staying on the ground with Mack.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
So don't say nothing.
From the gun, Mayfield. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on first down, Mayfield. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, wahoo! Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, I got you.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And Tate's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
44. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point safely through. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Check my 26. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down again. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Samuel. And an alley to run. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Back to throw. Samuel. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jaguars, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the day. Next week is their